And a very wonderful good evening to everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful Easter holidays, or if not Easter holidays, and just a nice little break in general, or just enjoying the sun. I mean, sun's streaming in right now, and as you can tell, I'm talking about the weather.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're talking about the weather again. Nothing has changed.
Always the weather with us. Anyway, I am Jack, and I am with, as always, my co-host.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan.
Marvelous. And yeah, we're here with the Technocamps Technolive live stream. So if you want to, well, actually, no, I'll start with the schedule. So we've had a very jam-packed week so far. The first week back after the term break. Yesterday we had a little session for the Technoclubs on chip music. And today, the Tuesday you see highlighted there, we're doing a bit of AI Dungeon. So I'm explain a little bit about that later. And that brings us on to Wednesday, where Dan will be doing a little bit of a Python text adventure.
Absolutely. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of programming in Python, starting off with a little bit of a sort of basic introduction to Python on Wednesday. And then we'll be kind of progressing from there to hopefully build up our own adventure game using Python. So, should be good.
Yeah, marvelous work. And that's Wednesday. And then finally on Friday, we've got some wonderful generic coding projects, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all sorts of fun. If you're interested in any of these topics, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are Techno Clubs. You can find the sign up links to those, and there's a new sign up link every term. And for the Tuesday, it's our live stream, the live stream you're watching right now. If you want more details, or you want to find out about the clubs, find out the sign up links, or anything like that, the place to go is our good old friend bit.ly/technoclubs. Type that into your browser and you'll find all our details on a lovely little website like that one. Anyway, enough about the admin. How are you, Dan?
I'm keeping well, thank you. Very, very busy, as always, but I'm keeping very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm also a bit bored. So let's play a game.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. What about this game? This is a game called AI Dungeon. And the way that AI Dungeon works is it's like an old-fashioned text adventure. So what Dan's going to be doing in his Technoclub tomorrow.
Mm.
A text adventure is a very old-fashioned type of game. The first one was made around about 1975, and it was called Colossal Cave Adventure. And that was, you'd be able to interact with the game, but only by typing. So it might say, you come to a fork in the road. Which direction do you go? And you have to type in to your computer, walk left or walk right. Because this is back in the day before they really had any graphics. So we're going old school.
Mm.
But with a twist. This has got a little bit of a modern twist, this one. This is AI Dungeon. Because the person who made up the adventure isn't human, it's AI. So artificial intelligence, and it responds to your inputs organically.
Mm.
Anyway, easiest way to show it off is to actually show it off.
Sure, all. Yeah,
So, if you don't mind, I will begin. Let me get
absolutely.
my narration voice on.
Narrator voice on.
This really is story time with Jack and Ori. Our story begins with a group of adventurers living in the medieval kingdom of Larian. The kingdom is filled with small villages and thatched cottages, and has been relatively peaceful until now. The adventurers are on a quest to find the magical staff of Zalos. They walk through the forest and notice a band of mountain dwarves. The dwarves are friendly and offer them food and a drink. Then one of the dwarves turns to them and mentions how winds out of the north have been going stronger and stronger. You must be adventurers. Welcome to our humble home. I'm sure you are tired. Oh, well, I've already messed up the narration.
Oh dear.
Yeah, don't watch this stream if you're looking for professionals. I am sure you are tired after your travels. So, a little bit of info about how this works. Down at the bottom, I've got a little bar, and in that bar I can type, certain things. And over here I've got a button. I can change between whether I'm doing something, whether I'm saying something, or whether I'm altering the story myself. So I take over from the AI and write the story myself. So do, say, or story. If I go to do, for example, it's asking me what does CFAX do. CFAX is the name of my character. I'm playing as CFAX. I'm also playing with Dan. What's the name of your character?
My character is called Nero.
Yeah, so Dan is playing. It's a you can have it as a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
So CFAX and Nero are the adventurers. And we're just going to take it in turns. And the first thing is, what does CFAX do? Well, let's think. The dwarf says, welcome to our home. I'm sure you're tired after hours. I'm going to sit down and put my feet up.
Excellent.
I'm going to be quite rude. It's a role-playing game. You're allowed to, play, you're allowed to play as you want your character to be. I would never do that in real life. CFAX sit down and put CFAX feet up. Well, first things first, I misspelt feet. I'm not concentrating. Anyway, CFAX sit down and put CFAX's feet up. Thank you for this, you tell the dwarf. The adventurers eat and drink with the dwarves, and then one of them mentions how strange it is that the mountain has been growing recently. Over to you, Dan.
Okay, so I think I'm going to have Nero say, does anyone know why the mountain is growing? Okay, let's see. Okay, so right, okay, so Nero says, does anyone know why the mountain is growing? Yes, strange, isn't it? One dwarf asks. Strange, one of the adventurers asks. It's odd and unusual. It's unnatural. It's a sign that the world is dying.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness me.
It's quite a serious plot.
It is, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say... Well, I'm going to... Oh, wow. I'm not even typing. Oh, goodness. That's quite serious.
Okay.
Get out! The dwarf immediately stands up and yells at the adventurer. The adventurers stand up too, and they draw their swords to defend themselves.
Oh dear.
The other dwarves draw axes and knives and lay down covering fire.
Goodness gracious.
What did we do?
Yeah, this isn't good. So for as Jack was saying at the start of the stream, this is the AI trying to decide what's happening next. And as we can see, it has got, it's trying to interpret what we've done or what we're doing. But maybe it gets a bit carried away sometimes with some of the things that it says. So let's have a think about what Nero can do next. I'm going to say that perhaps the best thing to do here would be for Nero to run away. So run, Nero, run away. Nero,
Nero
run
run
away.
away.
There it goes. Nero, oh dear.
Sorry. Small question about your character, Dan.
My character is a little bit intense, it would seem.
Yeah, Dan didn't write that. The AI decided that that Nero was gonna have a pistol for some reason.
It did. Now evidently what's happened is Nero has yeah, run away, but not done it instantaneously. Uh
Yeah.
so
I will mention something. This is an AI. It is unpredictable. If it says anything too bad or anything too rude, we'll cut away and make sure no one sees that. But there is something we can do if it's a little bit dodgy, but not too bad. We've got options. We've got things like undo and edit and retry and all that. So if we don't like a part of the story, we could just
we can
we could just
undo
edit it.
So
Up to you, Dan.
perhaps we should undo that part.
Yeah, give that a go and see what else happens.
So, okay, Nero has run away.
Thinking about it.
It is thinking. Oh, or perhaps Nero has just run away.
Fair enough. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna edit the story and I'm going to say CFAX joins Nero in running away, and they I was gonna say rendezvous, but I have no idea how to spell that. And
Ooh.
they meet up again outside.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think CFAX joins Nero in running away, and they meet up again outside. I think the mountain is a good place to sleep now, CFAX tells him. The dwarves have been really mean. Yeah, Nero says.
Right. Okay. So what can happen next? Let's say,
If ever the AI is getting a little bit confused or the story's gone off the rails, it's always good to refer back to the quest.
yes.
So the AI seems to be really interested in the mountain and the winds on the mountain and
Doesn't it?
the magical staff of Zalos. So
Let's
maybe
have a
we need to
think.
do a bit of climbing.
That's a good idea. So perhaps, let's say, what happens next? Nero climbs. I guess we could just say the mountain.
Okay, that's
Let's
being
have a
typed
look.
out.
Nero climbs the mountain.
I
Let's
like
go.
the fact that we're taking turns because it gives me great time to have a cup of tea.
Okay. Nero climbs the mountain. After a while, he sees something shining under the trees. He walks over and finds a small hut. It looks empty, so he sits down on one of the chairs. He looks around and finds a table laden with food. Ooh,
Ooh.
okay.
Well, I'm going to decide CFAX is a little bit of a foodie, likes their food. So I'm going to ask, is there any... what food is medieval that CFAX likes?
Ooh.
Cheese. Is there any cheese?
Let's go. Let's go with that. Oh
Oh, not
no.
another dwarf.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is there any cheese? CFAX says. No. Oh no. No. He hears a squeak and turns to see a dwarf with an axe standing behind him. CFAX squeaks.
Oh dear.
CFAX is the one squeaking. CFAX squeaks again and runs over to the dwarf. Sit down, dwarf.
Okay, I think what we can do is say Nero gives the dwarf some food. Some of the foods that we're currently eating.
Fair enough.
So gives the dwarf gives the dwarf some food. Let's hope this goes okay. Okay. Nero gives the dwarf some food. The dwarf sits down and starts eating the food. Can you ask him where the staff is, you say? Nero throws some more food to Ceefax, who begins eating it up.
Oh
Okay.
dear, I have a feeling that Ceefax is going to end up as Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. But I'm going to go full in on Ceefax as Wallace. Oh, I do like a bit of Gorgonzola. Oh, I put or. Really shows up my spelling this. Oh, I do like a bit of Gorgonzola. Nero gives him some more, and the dwarf eats it up happily. Wait, is Ceefax a dwarf now?
Wait. Oh.
I will help you find the staff. The dwarf finally speaks.
Oh, I'm wondering if this is a continuation of what I've said, what I did in the previous part.
Ah,
I've given the dwarf.
maybe the AI
Yeah,
just ignored what I said.
I think it did. I think Nero has just given the dwarf more food from the previous yeah, from the previous point in the story.
So to
Okay.
recap, you gave the dwarf some food, and now the dwarf's going to lead us up the mountain, presumably.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to say, in terms of the story, that they leave to fight to try and find the staff. So let's just say, um, the three set off to find the staff of. I'm going to say the staff of Zalos, so that it doesn't get too confused.
Yeah, it doesn't really like apostrophes that much.
So, okay. The three set off to find the staff of Zalos. They travel through the mountain and eventually they find it. It is deep in some caves, hidden behind a secret wall. I shall guard the entrance. You must find me some meat. Okay, I'm not sure who's talking there. Um,
I assume the dwarf.
I am going to assume it's the dwarf. Um,
Yeah.
so I
Well,
feel like it's not worth angering.
um, yeah. Looks like we've got a secret wall, and we need to get somehow behind that secret wall.
Hmm.
Or do we need to go into? I think we're next to the wall. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my bag. Because you never know what tools we might have.
Hmm.
Ceefax check, Ceefax's bag.
Excellent.
It doesn't really do well with ownership of things.
No.
But Ceefax goes over to the dwarf and pulls out some of his fur wrapping. Okay, I assume we've taken the dwarf's coat from inside the bag.
Yeah.
We give a piece of it to the dwarf who eats it. And then we tell the dwarf to guard the cave entrance.
I assume that's what's happening.
Oh, okay, so maybe the dwarf. I checked the bag and I found in it some fur,
Mm.
and the dwarf's eating it and thinks, "Oh yeah, that must be some meat,"
Yes.
and
I
then
think
agrees to
that's
guard the entrance.
right. Okay. So I think maybe what happens next is Ceefax and Nero proceed into the caves? Because I assume we've have we progressed beyond the secret wall now? Or
I don't know. Maybe we're just in the entrance to the cave and the secret wall is a way away. I don't know.
okay. Hmm.
Maybe we
So
just need to adventure further into the caves.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's say Nero advances into the caves. Nero advances into the caves. Okay. He comes to a large room with. Oh, okay. He comes to a large room with many dwarves gathered there. They watch as he approaches and then come up and bow before him. You are the one who wishes to take the staff of Zalos? Question mark.
It's weird. The AI really wants this to have dwarves in it.
It really does.
Um, I'm not sure what I can do because it seems to be leaving me out of it.
I know. I should have put Nero and Cefax as opposed to just
Maybe.
Nero.
Well,
Could
I'm
you-
gonna say we are the ones
Yes.
who want the stuff. Can we? Yeah. Can we pass through? It's nice to ask before we go through their
Yes.
large room.
Okay, so I guess Nero doesn't seem to care too much. Um,
Yeah. So CFAX says we are the ones who want the staff. Can we pass through? I will send some of my people to investigate, and then you can pass through. Nero nods and advances forward. The dwarves follow him.
ooh.
Nero definitely wants to be the main character.
I think Nero has somehow taken the main antagonist role here.
That's fair enough.
Um, okay. Nero nods and advances forward. The dwarves follow him. Okay. So what can we do now? Oh, perhaps we can say. So we know that they're deep in some caves in behind a secret wall. They've come to the cave entrance. Maybe we should just say Nero and Cefax proceed further into the caves.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, currently all that's happened is Nero has advanced forward. So surely the next thing that should happen is we get further and further into the caves. So I'm going to say Nero and Cefax proceed deeper into the caves. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's have a think. Thinking. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. So Nero,
dear.
Nero and Cefax proceed deep into the caves. They come across a large chamber with a large pool of water in the middle. In the water is a large purple creature, seemingly a dragon. Its eyes open and it stares straight at Cefax. So Cefax is really not having the best of times
No.
here.
I'm gonna do a do motion, as in I'm gonna do something, but I'm actually gonna say something during that do,
Right.
if that makes sense. So, CFAX asks Nero, and I'm hoping by doing that I'm kind of pointing the AI to know who I'm actually talking to.
Yes.
Because I think with the say command, it gets a little bit confused as to who it actually wants to talk to.
Hmm.
I'm saying CFAX asks Nero, do you think it's friendly?
Ah, good idea.
CFAX asks Nero, do you think it's friendly? Probably
Oh,
not.
no.
Nero pulls a small dagger from his belt and goes to attack
Right.
the dragon.
I know what I'm going to say here because I fear for Nero's life at this point. So I'm actually going to say Nero decides not to attack the dragon.
I have a suspicion the AI wants us to have a boss battle.
I think the AI does, but so I'm curious to see how it reacts to this.
Yeah, you don't often get books or stories where the
Oh,
characters refuse to do it.
oh, I've had a message. The AI doesn't know what to say.
Oh dear.
Alter, undo, or try again.
So we're not seeing that message on my screen, But
Interesting.
yeah, there does come a point where sometimes you just completely confuse the AI and it has no idea what on earth's going on.
Right. So let's do an undo on that one, and let's think of something else to say. What can we do? Hmm.
You can just press enter, and if you do that, the AI carries on working out what
Hmm.
to do next.
Well, let's see what it does, because I'm curious now. Because it clearly wants us to have a boss battle, I
Hmm.
think, doesn't it? So let's just say that nothing, we give it no input here.
Oh, it's thinking about it.
The dragon snaps at him, but he dodges and slices its wing. The dragon makes a hissing noise and turns to face Ceefax. It breathes fire at him. Move back.
um,
I assume that's Nero saying that.
yeah. I was gonna run away, but what I will do. Oh, I can't spell. Dodges. And I don't know if I've got any weapons, so I'm gonna challenge the AI. I'm gonna just say I've got, combat abilities. So
Okay.
Ceefax dodges the fire by sidestepping
Ooh.
and begins to chant a spell.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is a fantasy setting. Ceefax dodges the fire by sidestepping and begins to chant a spell. Die!
Oh, goodness.
that, that's not a good spell.
Not a great spell, is it?
No, I was expecting a little bit more, fantasy and magic, and no, it's just he just shouts die.
Oh dear.
Die. He waves his hands in the air and the dragon falls backwards into the pool of water, disappearing. We should be able to go through now. Huh. That was a very easy boss
Interesting.
battle.
It was a very easy boss battle. Okay. So again, I feel like maybe I need to just say with the story, we're proceeding deeper into the caves again because seemingly we've encountered this dragon who's blocking the path. The dragon has now been defeated. So I think we need to just continue.
Maybe if you add a little bit of flavour to it, the AI will pick up on that and might be a bit more, it might
Hmm.
embellish it a bit. So if you say something like, Ceefax and Nero uh, tiptoe around the pool, checking the walls,
Oh.
something a little bit more,
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
little bit more like reading a book.
Hmm. Okay. So the dragon has clearly disappeared.
Mm.
Well, allegedly. So, um, let's say. Oh, actually, instead of that, I'm going to have Nero say, since it was Ceefax that attacked the dragon, I'm going to have Nero say something like, "Has the dragon definitely gone?" Since obviously there might be a bit of unsure you might be slightly unsure about what Ceefax has just done.
Oh, let's
Oh.
see what the AI thinks.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay. Interesting.
we're in a nice
Okay.
garden.
So, Nero says, "Has the dragon definitely gone?" "Yeah, come on through," says Ceefax, I presume. Nero goes first, and then Ceefax follows. They pass through a secret wall into a garden filled with exotic flowers. "It's beautiful, I'm guessing," says Nero.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
well, this
sure
took
what
a
to do with
turn.
this. It's not the AI that's stuck this time. It's me.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna examine uh some of the flowers
Yes.
to test to work out if they pose a threat.
Oh.
I want to see if the AI is set a trap for us. So CFAX examines some of the flowers to work out if they pose a threat. Basically, the first three are regular flowers that grow in a similar way to how they are depicted. Next two are very unique, though.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay, so I think Nero is going to examine the unique flowers.
Okay.
Nero examines the unique flowers. Okay, so Nero examines the unique flowers.
Oh, sorry. Your turn
No,
to
no.
narrate.
So Nero examines the unique flowers. So these two are unique. Flowering tree, unusual petal. So I assume that's Nero narrating what he's looking at.
Yeah, probably mumbling under his breath, like a
Hmm.
botanist or a scientist would.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Well, it's Cephas's turn, so I can say I haven't seen anything like. Do you think they? Oop, they'll help us. There we are. So I'm bringing back the staff to get the AI
Oh,
to
right. Take it
sort of
to get
remember
back
a
on
bit.
track. Yeah. Good idea.
CFAX says, I haven't seen anything like these flowers before. Do you think they'll help us find the stuff? Not sure. They look really unusual. I'll take the risk. What? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
Right, so let's have a look here. So CFAX says that. So I'm assuming CFAX is taking the risk.
Yeah.
So I think we should find out what this risk is, don't you?
I have a suspicion CFAX is going to eat some random flowers.
Let's find out. So I'm going to have Nero say, what risk? Or what's the risk? We'll say, what's the risk? And let's see if we can find out what this risk actually is.
I'm quite intrigued. I want to see where this is going.
Thinking. Okay. Okay. Nero says, what's the risk? If they don't, I'm stuffed. We can go back home and eat the entire stash of gorgonzola. Ah, I see. Let's get them then. Okay, so the AI is starting to struggle, I think, with what it needs to say next. And it's remembered about the gorgonzola from earlier, which is quite interesting.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for that.
No.
It's not sure. They look really unusual, so we don't know whether that'll help us find the stuff or not.
Yeah.
I'm sure CFAX is sure that he's going to take the risk.
I think so, yeah.
The risk. Oh, so maybe it means if they don't help us find the staff. So if they, the flowers, don't help us find the staff,
Right.
I'm
okay.
stuffed. Therefore, we can give up and go back home and eat all the cheese.
So this is the contingency plan. If they can't find the staff, they're going to return to the gorgonzola and finish it off. Okay.
Okay, so oh, at least we know there's a happy ending whether or not we find the staff.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, so we've got. I assume now we've got two flowers.
I think so.
We don't
Yeah.
know what they do.
No.
We know that they're unique and unusual.
Hmm.
Are we just picking flowers?
By the sounds of it, that's all we've been doing.
Okay. Over to you then.
I think this is your turn.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I have no idea what to do with that. What I will do then is um picks both the flowers
Hmm.
and puts them in the. I was trying to say. Uh, puts them in his bag. I'm trying to avoid the use of the word my because
Mm.
I remember that if you use my, it'll say CFAX picks both the flowers and puts them in CFAX's bag.
Ah, yeah, of
I
course.
think you have to write it in the third
In the
person
third person. Mm.
rather than the first person. And I think the AI does much better with that.
Mm.
So, CFAX picks both the flowers and puts them in his bag. They go back to the cave entrance. We're not going to find the staff in here. Let's go deeper.
Right, so they've returned. So they've been into the cave, gone to the garden, found the flowers, have exited the cave, decided that the staff's not going to be in there, but have decided that the staff is going to be in there.
Oh, I'm wondering if the AI thinks that the cave has multiple paths and we've explored one path.
Oh. So perhaps the next stage could be what happens next. So let's say Nero and Cefax um, choose a path which takes them deeper into the caves. Let's see what happens. Okay. Ooh. Right. Okay. Nero and Cefax choose a path which takes them deeper into the caves. Eventually, stairs lead to a large underground cavern with huge statues decorating the walls. This is amazing. We're not finished yet. There are still some statues to find. Right, so we seem to have gone a little bit off track again.
Yeah, you
We're
could say
now
that.
looking for statues.
Well, tell you what, I'm gonna throw the AI a bit of a confusing one.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get C what does CFAX do? CFAX says that'll take too long. I am hungry. I'm too hungry for this. Let's just make our own statues.
Excellent.
So CFAX says that. So I'm doing this in the do command.
Okay.
So he says that'll take too long. I'm too hungry for this. So let's make our own statue. And proceeds to make a small I'm looking for another word for statue.
Ooh.
Bust.
There we go.
So the top part of a statue. A small bust out of rocks, cheese, and mud. Let's see how you deal with that, AI. CFAX says, that'll take too long. I'm too hungry for this. Let's just make our own statues. And proceeds to make a small bust out of rocks, cheese, and mud. This isn't going to work. Sure it will, come on. You can't just make a statue out of cheese in a cave. You've just made one out of mud.
Right, so seemingly in the time that it was taking Cefax to decide whether or not to make a statue out of rocks, cheese, and mud, Nero has already made one out of mud? Or Cefax? I assume Nero says this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Then Cefax says, sure it will, come on. Then then Nero says you can't just make a statue out of cheese in a cave, and then Nero says you just made one out of mud.
Yeah, so presumably. No,
No, no,
CFAX says that,
Cefax
yeah.
says that.
So
So
presumably it's up to. Nero's now got a statue made out of mud. and Cefax is trying to make one out of rocks, cheese, and mud,
Hmm.
but Nero complained about that.
Okay.
So,
I don't know
your
where to
call.
take this now.
It might be best if you just tell the AI that, kind of along the lines of, look, there's two statues now, let's move on.
Yeah. Um.
So,
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. So story: Nero and Cefax put their statues into their backpacks and proceed further into the caves. Okay. That will hopefully take us away from the statue situation.
Yeah.
Into their backpacks and proceed further into the caves.
It
Okay,
felt
let's see
like
what.
we were suddenly given someone else's quest.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So Nero and Cefax put their statues into their backpacks and proceed further into the caves. Eventually, they reach another chamber, this one much bigger than the previous area. In the center is a large pool of water with a stone staircase leading into the water. That's the only way through. Ooh,
Oh, I like this. It's quite atmospheric.
it is.
Is it my turn or your turn?
I think this is your turn now.
I'm going to say, I hope you can hold your breath. Otherwise, I might know a spell.
Oh.
Okay. CFAX says, I hope you can hold your breath. Otherwise, I might know a spell. That's not going to help. Sure it will. Just hold your breath and go in. When you get out, count to 1,000 and back. The water shouldn't have drained that way.
Well, that's certainly an interesting turnout for the books.
Okay, first things first. Why does the AI insist that the characters always argue? Look, if you read
There is a
back, this isn't going to work. That's not going to help. Not sure. Are you sure? Not sure.
They don't seem to have the best relationship, Nero and
No.
Cefax, do they?
Um. Okay, so presumably, what's happening now is Cefax is using some magic
I guess.
and says to Nero, "Yeah, just do it, and then as long as you do this little ritual at the end, uh, you might be protected from the water."
I think we need to say Nero counts to 1,000 and back.
Oh yeah, see if the ritual succeeds.
So what does Nero do? Counts to 1,000 and back. Oh, okay. It's thinking. Oh dear.
Oh,
Nero counts to 1,000 and back. He gets to 1,000 and backs out of the water. Immediately, he starts feeling unwell. He throws up and continues feeling sick. Oh no! What? Okay, so even when he's ill, Nero and Cefax are still arguing.
so I assume it's Nero who says, "Oh no,"
I'm going to assume so.
or oh no, it might be Cefax who says, "Oh no."
Yes, I think it is actually.
Yeah, that works out easier actually. Okay, so apparently Cefax knows what's wrong with you.
Okay.
Um, this water must be cursed.
Oh no.
We'll have to sing a song to pacify it
Let's see what I
and cure you. I want to see if the AI comes up with a song. Cefax says the water must be cursed. We'll have to sing a song to pacify it and cure you. Shall I just go back home then? No, come on, let's get the cure. But I'm not unwell. I just threw up.
Right. Okay.
So Nero is throwing up, but doesn't think that's too much of an issue.
Okay. So Nero has decided to just continue then,
Yeah.
but I'm not quite sure. I'm wondering if we should try and push the AI along a little bit by saying maybe something, putting it back on track by saying story, Cefax and Nero proceed. Oh, I'm trying to think of a way of saying that they will continue to find, the staff of Zalos so that we could go actually get it back on track again.
Maybe what we need is instead, I think, a doing action
Hmm.
or a story action where it just go through the water and into the chamber below. And I reckon if we mention what's
Mm.
behind the water, that will give the AI something to hook onto.
Okay, so Nero and Cefax proceed to the underwater chamber. Okay, what can be behind? What can be with it? Should we leave it like that and see how it handles it first?
Yeah, okay. Let's see what
What
it
it can come
thinks.
up with? Yeah,
Knowing this AI, it'll probably put us in another room full of dwarves.
probably. Yeah. Oh, it's thinking about it. Oh, we're
We're
back
back
to.
to
Oh no. Okay, so Nero and Cefax proceed to the underwater chamber. They find a blue glow coming from the water. What the? It's not acid. It's a healing water. There's a statue in it too.
a
Okay, so
healing water.
it's a healing water.
A
I
healing
do beg your
water.
pardon.
I don't know. I don't think that's quite grammatically correct.
It's a healing water. There's a statue in it too. Wow, this AI really likes statues. So we're back at the statues again. I feel like we should ignore the fact that there's a statue in it in the hope that the AI just forgets about it.
Oh, I was gonna have CPAC saying hi to the statue.
Oh, I guess we could actually, yeah, that could be quite amusing.
Um, sorry, I'm being so. I'm going into writing mode.
That's fine.
So CPAC says hi to the statue and looks around to see if there is an exit. Hi, statue. CFAX says hi to the statue and looks around to see if there's an exit. That's a nice statue. Yeah, it's a healing statue. I feel much better now. Yeah, it's amazing, really. It's ended up as the most mundane conversation.
I think, um, given the time that we have remaining on the stream,
Oh, yeah.
given that we need to try and find this staff of Zalos, I feel like saying what happens next in the story.
Ooh, can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Nero puts the healing statue in his backpack and leaves, proceeds onwards into the staff chamber.
Oh, good idea. Okay.
And that way we're bringing back the staff, and hopefully we're getting the AI to kind of. It seems like it kind of forgets about things in the backpack.
It does. So Nero places the healing statue into his backpack and proceeds to the staff chamber. Nero places the healing statue into his backpack and proceeds to the staff
We're
chamber.
again to the end game now.
Here we go. Oh, the AI doesn't know what to say.
Oh dear.
No. Okay.
Can you add a story element? Or do you have any way of adding to it?
Well, let's have a think. Let's undo. So let's say, what if we just say Nero and Cephas proceed to the staff chamber? Maybe it'll like that. Maybe it didn't like the backpack. Oh no, okay, it really doesn't like the idea of the staff chamber. So,
Maybe going into story mode and saying Nero and Cefax leave the underwater chamber. Sorry, he leave the healing pool or something like that, and move along the corridor to find the Staff of Zalos in the chamber beyond, in the room beyond. You know, something. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm not sure why the AI is tripping up so much.
let's say Nero and Cephas leave the healing pool and move along the corridor to find the Staff of Zalos in the chamber beyond.
Yeah, give that a go.
Oh,
Oh, it's
okay.
actually thinking about it this
It
time.
is. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Nero and Cephas leave the healing pool and move along the corridor to find the Staff of Zalos in the chamber beyond. They find a large golden door leading to the chamber. They go inside and find an altar on which are placed several magical items. Next to the items is a man dressed in black robes. Hmm.
I know exactly what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Hiya! Would you like some cheese? I have several varieties. Oh no, I'm trying to spell varieties. There we are. Cefax says, Hiya, would you like some cheese? I have several varieties. Do you see what I see? It would appear so. And what do you see, my curious friend? Various magical items and a man in robes.
Nice and to the point.
Unless that was Nero saying, "Do you see what I see?"
Possibly. I think I have a feeling it might be.
I don't know. I like to imagine it's the
Yeah.
old man because it sounds more mystical.
Ooh, okay. I've got. Okay.
Again, the AI refuses to acknowledge my cheese.
Oh, I've got one. Uh. Okay. So I'm saying the man in robes offers Nero the staff of Zalos and offers Cephas some cheese.
Are you taking over the story?
AI doesn't know what to say. Unsurprising. Okay. Well, perhaps we might just have to. Oh, I might have to take command.
Is it worth picking up one of the magical items?
Maybe. Yeah. What does Nero do? Um. Yeah, it feels like too much of an opportunity to waste, I think, doesn't it?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Okay. First things first. You've got a beard now.
Okay.
Yeah, and magical items.
So
I'm gonna
Nero.
have Cefax. Actually, I have these two unique flowers.
Oh.
Can we trade these for the staff? Cefax says, I have these two unique flowers. Can we trade these for the stuff? He doesn't look dangerous. He looks like a wizard. Indeed, the robes are of a wizard. What if we don't want to give them the staff? Who's talking?
talking here?
Is it? Is it is it the wizard?
No, is the wizard talking? Uh,
Okay. I'm wondering if the wizard is talking to himself like Gollum.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I'm going to have Nero just take the staff straight from the wizard.
Okay.
Uh, although I fear what may be beyond.
Hey, what the? Oh, sorry, it's your
Oh,
narration.
okay, so Nero takes the staff from the wizard. Hey, what the? You've taken the staff from the wizard. I've made a big mistake. Nero and Sivax find themselves in a small room.
Oh dear.
Right.
How did we get here? I assume we've been magically transported
I think so.
since touching the touching the
Hmm.
staff.
We're in a small. Oh,
I know. Is it worth trying out the staff? Glancing
yeah,
the I
that's what I
don't
was thinking.
examining the staff? I don't know.
I was thinking.
Oh. Okay. Has it not come through for you?
It has, sorry, yeah. I was just reading. So Nero examines the staff. You hold the staff in your hand. It's a good solid piece of work with an even tone. Three rubbery sections, each the shape of a cone coming. Okay, so effectively it has rubber spikes coming out of the tip of the staff, is what I'm
Yeah.
picturing. It's like got a spiky top to it.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So that leaves me to do something. So I hate to kind of end the adventure on.
I know.
Hey, we've got the staff now. Shall we head back home? It seems a little bit anticlimactic.
It does, but
What?
that's right. So we
Okay.
okay.
CFAX says, "Hey, we've got the staff now. Shall we head back home?" Yeah, I say we take it back. To... I say we take it back to Professor Hiddle. So what's the plan? We go back to Hiddle's office. Maybe he knows what this place is.
Okay, I feel like we need to say here, Cefax and Nero go to see Professor Hiddle because I need to know what happens here.
Who on earth is Professor Hiddle? Oh.
Oh. Hello, I am Professor Hiddle, Dean of the Division of Magic and whatnot. May I ask what this is in reference to? So, why do I feel like Cefax and Nero have never met Professor Hiddle at this point, although allegedly have?
I have no idea. It just came out of nowhere.
It did.
Speaking about coming out of nowhere, the time has come out of nowhere. It
has.
is the end of our session. So, what I'm gonna suggest is what we can do is we can finish off the story
Yeah.
in a spectacular way, and we can always come back to this at another time if people are interested. Let us know. You can use the comments, you can use the Technocamp's website, technocamps.com. But if you're interested, we can bring this back up again. But for the last final maneuver, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Harry Potter when he gets the Elder Wand. I'm going to say, takes the staff. I'm going to actually make it a story. Cefax Come on, there we are. CFX takes the staff and snaps it
Oh.
into the world blows up. CFX takes the staff and snaps it into the
Oh.
world blows up. CFX is killed instantly and you suffer major head trauma. The only thing you can make out is a dragon. Well, that's a very sad ending. But you know, we'll undo that if we ever come back to this. In fact, I'll just click undo there. CFAX takes snaps and snaps into the world blows up. That has been AI Dungeon.
It certainly has.
It's interesting. A couple of times it went a little bit weird.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. But anyway, I hope you found that interesting. We can always revisit this. I didn't want to go into the technical side of things, but that's always something we can explore if you're interested. Just remember that we have coming up this week a Technoclub where we will be doing a Python text adventure. So something a bit like this, just without the AI. So something that actually works, so you can actually control a bit more. Dan will be doing that on Wednesday's Technoclub. And then this Friday, we have the Friday Technoclub, where there'll be just all sorts of fun, cool projects and a good community for just exploring computer science. If you need to find out more, remember you can always visit bit.ly/technoclubs, and that website has links to all our previous live streams, all our content for the Technoclubs themselves. It's good. Have fun. Explore there. In any case, that's it from me. I've been your host, Jack, along with my marvellous co-host, Dan.
Thank you very much, Jack.
And yeah, without further ado, have a lovely evening and good night.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Bye.